Howdy, howdy, and welcome back to Gale FFTCG. I'm Serah, your host, and today we're looking at the Opus 22 Earth Rarity Review. I'm going to cover one common, one rare, one heroic, and one legendary in each element and tell you why I've picked those or why I'm excited about them. Please drop a like, let me know what cards you're excited for in the comments, and if you like what you see, please consider subscribing. To start off with our common, we got Balo, the actual true Bay. It's a knight, so that job is super relevant. When it enters the field, we can choose one character in our break zone and add it to our hand, and do Goltana searches it, meaning that Earth and Lightning has another really solid backup line, which is really good. The only con is that it does kind of require the knight backup package, so we're kind of sitting in a weird position where Lightning and Earth already has some pretty solid backup lines, and you really need to be running very specific, or you need really specific requirements to make this one better than the other ones. But otherwise, I think Balo's a great card in even just a mono Earth shell. So, yeah. Up next, we've got 2CP Prish in our rare slot. Pros, the job is relevant. Prish is a monk, which means that any monk list is going to be absolutely happy to have her. Has, again, tons of good context. It's a 2CP card, so it's fairly cheap. The monk's deck can reanimate it straight away with the Ursula. And it's a better version of Durando, because when Prish deals damage to your opponent, you choose a character in your break zone and add it to your hand. This being a character is obviously very strong, because you can get monsters, forwards, backups. Basically anything that isn't a summon is fair game. And Prish does have a little bit of inbuilt protection as well, where when Prish is chosen by a summoner ability, Prish gains plus 2k until end of turn. So this gets over a lot of the fire pings that have come out in this set and in past sets. Brynhildr can't shoot this. Most other things can't deal enough damage to kill it anyway. Very strong card. I love this card quite a bit. The only downside really is that there are some Prish that we really do still care about, that it kind of replaces. But if anyone is out there is playing a Prish deck, Prish only deck, let me know in the comments below. But otherwise, I think this card has its home in a lot of decks that want some recursion and also want a way of protecting their cheap forwards. In our heroic slot, we have Guido. Guido is a 2CP 10k that can't attack or block, but at the end of each of our turns, we get to place one knowledge counter on Guido. If a character you controlled has been put from the field into the break zone this turn, you place 3 knowledge counters on Guido instead. And we can remove 3 knowledge counters on Guido and draw 2 cards, which is very strong. Obviously, Earth does not have a ton of card draw. It has a lot of recursion, but not a lot of card draw, so this is fantastic. Is super strong with fight effects. 2CP Serah Mobius can basically make this thing fight something for 10k, and that's kind of disgusting. It's really strong in monks, especially with 4CP Ursula. We can sack our things to do massive payoff and then also be rewarded by getting knowledge counters on Guido and drawing 2 cards. The only con is really that it can't attack or block, but you don't really consider this a forward. You consider this a monster more than anything else, at least as far as I'm concerned. And finally, for our legend, we've got 9CP Nacht. It powers the Warrior of Darkness archetype, which up till now has been pretty lackluster. When Nacht enters the field, we can search for 3 Warrior of Darkness with different names and add them to our hand. This is really good super early. And the other Warriors of Darkness surrounding them, I'll talk about a few of them in some of the other Rarity reviews, but these ones are just super duper strong. The whole package looks to be a ton of fun. Maybe it'll be competitive, maybe it won't be, but either way, I think it will still be a lot of fun to play this card. At the beginning of the attack phase during each of your turns, You may play one Job Warrior of Darkness of cost 5 or less from your hand onto the field. This is super good because basically you're able to play something for free, and some of the cards that this can play are just really super strong. The special is also pretty great. Final Thrust, discard a copy of this, pay an Earth and a Lightning, and choose a 4 and break it. It's not bad. The cons are, it does cost quite a bit, but the reward is kind of high as long as they don't Amaterasu it. It very much is all in on one plan, and there's not really any other way of playing the deck. And there are only 3 really good targets for its effects. I think, honestly, it's fine because you can search Noct, so you can actually search the special, which is kind of cool. But yeah, otherwise, that's the end of the Rarity review. Once again, please drop a like. Let me know what cards you're excited for in the comments, and if you like what you see, please consider subscribing. Have a great day and a great rest of your week.